Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Sharp Sports Media. And last night, the New York Mets, they are officially a playoff team. October baseball, here we come. It is official. The Mets clinch their playoff, or they punch their playoff ticket with the victory over Milwaukee last night. And it was a great day. Pete had a 3-run bomb against Corbin Burns. Max Scherzer with a perfect 6 innings had to take him out, though. Obviously, it was hard, to take him out. But looking at the future, first game back from an injury, you can't let this guy go on. You got World Series aspirations. If it was the 2 or 3 starts later, maybe we get our first Mets perfect game. Who knows? But ultimately, I just wanted to say, I know they didn't really celebrate. They celebrated it, definitely. They had like champagne, a little beer, a couple of the guys, and they celebrated a bit, rightfully so. But still, this is all business. The importance of winning the division is massive. And for that celebration, that's going to be a big celebration. That's going to be popping the woo, spraying champagne everywhere. That's a bigger celebration for winning the division. But you got to recognize this is only the 10th time the Mets in history have made the playoffs. This is the first time since 2016 they've made the playoffs. So this is a big accomplishment, especially after the disappointment of last year. It's a big deal. And some of the big reasons for that, obviously, Buck Showalter. I think he's the favorite for Manager of the Year. I think he's probably made a way bigger impact than most people realistically thought. Even if you thought he'd have a big impact, he's had a bigger impact than most people would have thought. Just the calmness, and I guess what's a good word for it? Just the relaxation, or the feel, the energy he gives his players. Just the way he's able to talk, the way he's able to bring the locker room together, that voice that he has. It's just a calming, really, voice that you want to go play for. It's one that you listen to. It's one that, hey, he's been around the block. He knows what he's talking about. Trust in Buck. And the players have put their full trust in Buck Showalter. And it's shown as he's been fantastic. Has he made mistakes? Absolutely. All managers are going to make a couple mistakes. You're not going to be perfect. He's going to make a bullpen mistake. He's going to choose the wrong guy once in a while. But overall for this year, he has done a fantastic job. And I think he is the front runner for Manager of the Year this year. I mean, taking a team that, while technically they have the highest payroll in baseball right now, which is crazy, but taking a team that just has had pure chaos the past couple years, and that has been the reason why we haven't had success to get to the postseason. It's just the chaos on our team. We've had the talent, and he's been able to destroy this really chaos and control it to there's no more chaos. It's just control. It's just go play baseball. It's freedom, kind of, for the players, and just pure chemistry between the guys and the manager. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic to see, fantastic to watch, and fantastic to root for. And we'll start on the player side. You got to start, I think, with the pitching rotation and what Max Scherzer, or we'll start not just with the pitch, but with the 4 guys we brought in this summer have done for this team. Max Scherzer just adding another ace, because Jacob deGrom obviously wasn't there for the first half of the season. Having an ace, having that voice, that dude, everybody respects Max Scherzer. Everybody's going to listen to what this dude said. He's one of the best pitchers in the game. He's won a World Series. He's thrown no-hitters. He has Cy Youngs. He's done it all. And he is the most competitive guy probably in baseball. I don't think that's crazy to say. So when he talks, other players listen. When he says something, players understand it. And he's going to bring some sort of energy and chemistry to the locker room that not many players can do. And it's not just that. It's how he's played. He's been absolutely fantastic. I think he finishes top 5, maybe even top 3 maybe, in Cy Young voting. Currently, he's thrown 21 games for a 2.15 ERA, a .88 whip with a 5.2 WAR. 5.2 WAR. He has been absolutely fantastic, especially with Jacob deGrom out. He has led this team, and then when he's, with him and deGrom back, it's been special. And, he went out for a bit, just came back, and deGrom was good. So he has been great, and he is going to be a huge part of this team continuing on the rest of this October and September stretch. You had Starling Marte, who's really stepped up and kind of taken over that Conforto role, but been better. That was kind of what Conforto was supposed to be. Maybe not with the speed and maybe a little more power than Marte. So you're trading a little more speed for power, but he gets on base. He's great defensively. He's a leader, really. He's the veteran, been around the block. And I know he's hurt, but he's going to come back in probably a couple weeks, I would imagine. Where's Marte's numbers? Marte, why is it showing me only September? Hold on, I need to see all of the splits. I'm like, why is he so far down the list? Makes no sense. But there he is, Starling Marte. On the year, hitting .292 with a .347 on base, .814 OPS with a 3.7 WAR. He has been fantastic. He has had no problems moving over to right field, and he's been a center field most of his career, and it's worked out great for him. He has a great arm. He's been getting on base, hits for average. He has pop too. He hits for home runs, don't get me wrong. He has 16 bombs this year, so when he needs to go yard, he will send that thing out of the park. So he's been a fantastic guy. Marcana, just to kind of do it all, great locker room guy, is so underrated, gets on base phenomenally, at a .366. He has the highest on base percentage besides Jeff McNeil on the team, second highest. That's because Jeff McNeil's in another chat, but hitting .264. He walks at an absurd pace, gets hit at an absurd pace. He has a .768 OPS with a 2.0 WAR, and he can hit a couple bombs. He's had 12 home runs, and he really, when the Mets were struggling, he came up big this year, the last month, towards the end of August, and most of August. He was big for us, and this guy's just a great locker room guy. And that's what you're going to see as a common denominator between all these guys. Great locker room, great chemistry. They're going to gel with everybody. And then with that on the field play of Marcana being good defensively and just getting on base, getting another guy to be a table setter for the big guns in our lineup. Eduardo Escobar, definitely, what can you not say about him off the field? Fantastic dude off the field, great chemistry. And he was not having the greatest year. Kind of struggling a bit, but once he got back from the injury, he has been fantastic. He's getting hot at the right time. I've told people in my videos, Eduardo Escobar is such a streaky guy. He's up, he's down, he's up, he's down, and most of it's been down this year. It's been average or down. But I said when we need him to get hot. And you know what? In September, hopefully through October, he's hit his stride. He's up here. He is scorching hot right now. And hopefully that continues because you're getting him hot at the right time. If you had to pick a time for him to come hot, be scorching hot, it is September and October baseball because that is when baseball is most important. It brings a totally different complexity to this lineup when you have another switch hitter who can take a yard and is getting on base and doing things that is not just a free out. We're so far for the year. He's really improved his stats. He's got up to a .726 OPS with a .240 batting average, .293 on base, .433 slugging with a .726 OPS. Again, not the greatest, but he's really come on this past month and a half. Up to .9 WAR. And the locker room off the field, he's been fantastic. Going over the rest of this pitching staff, trading for Chris Bassett. Huge when you lose a Stroman, when you lose a Syndergaard. The middle of the rotation was a problem. Taijuan Walker had a bad second half. Cookie Carrasco couldn't have a clean first inning. You were wondering about this rotation, really, besides Scherzer and DeGrom. And Bassett's been that solid number 3. He was a number 1, number 2 with Oakland. He has been a fantastic guy. just a workhorse. When everybody was hurt, he was still going. He would get to 100 pitches almost consistently. He was getting to the seven innings, 100 pitches, just eating innings and doing it successfully. 28 games played. Sitting at a 3.3 WAR, 1.14 WHIP with a 3.32 ERA. He has been fantastic. He's got a multitude of pitches, and he is not scared of nobody. Scared of not a single batter. He gonna come at you, as he said in his first start. And Taijuan Walker and Carrasco have really picked it up this year. Walker having a great full season instead of just a half season, sitting at a 3.42 ERA, 1.18 WHIP. Cookie Carrasco was once leading the league in wins. He has been a great innings eater as well. Had a bounce back year. Now fully healthy. Have you seen what Carlos Carrasco can do? 3.7 ERA, 1.29 WHIP. Has been a fantastic back end player who could just eat innings. And you've had other guys step in who've done really well. David Peterson, obviously terrible last start. But for the season, he's been great, sitting at a 3.91 ERA, 1.35 WHIP. He's going to go into that. He's in the bullpen now, probably going to be a great left-hander, I think, for us. And Trevor Williams, when we were hurt, he filled in. Is he a great starter? No. But when you need somebody to make an emergency relief game kind of start, he has done it very well. Sitting at a 2.95 ERA. 2.95. Who would have said that about Trevor Williams coming into this year? Not me. The bullpen, which has been shaky at times, has really come together this past second half really of the season. Edwin Diaz has been, what can you not say about Edwin Diaz? Trumpets, baby. Da, 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 da. He's been fantastic. Seth Lugo, who really struggled the first half of the year, has been very good the second half of the year. For the year, he's at a 3.17 ERA. I think he has an ERA under 2 for the second half of the year. He's been great. That curveball has been deadly the second half of the year. Adam Ottavino, when you've needed a setup guy, he's been the guy behind Diaz. He's sitting at a 1.97 ERA with a .98 WHIP for the year. The veteran slider, it just changes horizontal plane so deadly. He's been fantastic. You've had other guys. I know Trevor May's been getting better as he's been getting healthy. Tommy Hunter's been a nice player. You're getting Mcneil now back in the lineup. Drew Smith should be coming back relatively soon. So you should get a decent enough bullpen. It's been good enough to really kind of help you. It was struggling in the first half, but it's really started to be a lot better in the second half. And this lineup, man. Frankie Lindor bouncing back, having a fantastic year. He's at 95 RBIs. I think he's going to hit 100 RBIs, I think. I hope he hits that 100 RBI mark. Hitting 269 for a 790 OPS, 5.3 WAR on the year. Pete Alonso, what can you not say? This dude mashes. Him and Lindor have been the center of our team. They are the heart of our team. And to see Frankie bounce back and to see Pete now going to be able to experience his first postseason, it's great. Pete with 118 RBIs has a chance to really break the Mets' all-time RBI record. Hitting 267 with an 854 OPS, 3.5 WAR. He's been fantastic. Brandon Nimmo going from an average to below average defensive center fielder to a fantastic, I think, a borderline elite defensive center fielder. First baseman. Ugh. That's still on Pete Alonso, but a borderline elite center fielder who's become a real all-star to quality player. He's going to get paid this year. I really think we need to keep him. Fantastic, 4.2 WAR, 265 on base, 360 or 265 average, 360 on base for a 780 OPS. Jeff McNeil's become back to what the player we knew. He could win a batting title. He's close to it. He's in a running with Goldschmidt and Freeman, hitting 320 right now with an 822 OPS, 4.9 WAR. Those guys have been essential. Those are the homegrown guys who have really taken off and caught back to usual for McNeil. Didn't have the greatest year. Pete was like hit or miss. He was a good last year, but he's definitely taken another step this year. Frankie Lindor looks so much more comfortable. And the rest of this lineup, Guillorme's been a huge guy this year. He could win a Gold Glove for utility player. He's been fantastic defensively. Daniel Vogelbach has been a great addition to this team, at the trade deadline. Even our catchers who struggled terribly. James McNeil was awful in the first half, and he's been hitting pretty well in the past month, and so is Nito. They've both been producing when you've needed them to now in September, and hopefully in October they continue to produce, so this lineup doesn't really have any holes. And you've gotten guys like Jacob deGrom back from injury, and he's been filthy like you expect him to be. I mean, he's DeGoat, so what do you expect from DeGoat? DeGoat type things, and that's what he's done. He's been fantastic. So, while I understand this isn't it, I expect more, I can still appreciate and celebrate the fact that I'm going to see New York Mets postseason baseball for the first time since I was a sophomore in high school. Almost six years. It's been 6 years, so very good for me to hear, very good for me to see. I am excited to watch some baseball in the postseason, but I'm more excited hopefully to get this division win. We got 2 more games with the Brewers, big games, as the Braves were only a game up on them. Really only 2 wins, 2 more in the win column, same amount of losses. So, and then after that we travel to Oakland and the schedule lightens up again. Really, it's nothing. But you're gonna have to play the Braves, and that's gonna be a huge series. I want to go into that Braves series up at least 1 game. You need to be up 1 game, so just in case, and that's in the loss column. I want to be up 1, so 1 less loss going into that game, because if we do have, I do think we'll win that series. I think so, but it's in Atlanta, and Atlanta's obviously a fantastic team. If you lose 2 out of 3. You still control your own destiny in the final series because you win the tiebreaker still with Atlanta. So I do want to be able to be tied at least or have the lead going into the final series. That's the goal. I still think we win this division. I'm loving this team, and I cannot wait for postseason baseball. Let me know how you're feeling that the Mets have clinched the playoffs or punched their ticket for October baseball in the comments. Tweet at me at Twitter. Let me know what your thoughts on this Mets game. Let me know about this Mets series, about the Brewers, Mets-Brewers series, what you think about the Braves, all that in the comments on Twitter. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.